Well, the free will defense is the most popular one to the argument from evil. It's not hard to try and tell a story where God would have a reason for any possible natural evil that could be. But when it comes to moral evil, it's a different story. But there are objections. First objection is, couldn't God have created us to freely choose the right thing? Okay, God gave us free will and we screw things up with it, but couldn't He have created us to freely choose the right thing? Well, no, because it would not have been free will. If we are created to always choose the right thing, we're not freely choosing it. Okay, God can't create us to freely choose the right thing, but couldn't He give us better instructions? More often than not, people do bad things, but believe that they are good at the time. Okay? Hitler thought he was doing God's work. Hitler believed he had Bible passages to back it up, that God wanted him to kill all the Jews. Our 9/11 terrorists had passages from the Quran. They had a complete faith that Allah wanted them to do that, wanted them to kill the infidels. People don't commonly choose evil because it's evil. They choose it because they don't know better. They've gotten mixed up in their reasoning and they don't know what they're supposed to do. So why doesn't God help us out? It wouldn't take away free will. Imagine you're sitting taking one of my tests and I stand there over you. I'm a good and benevolent teacher and creator of tests. I stand over you and I say, oh, the answer here is C. Now, I've told you what the right answer is. You're free to answer whatever you want to answer. But why would you? You know what the right answer is. We have these people who, in the name of God, do atrocious things. Why doesn't He help us out? He knows what has to be done. He is all-knowing. He knows what to do to teach us. He has the power to do it. He's all-powerful. Okay? You're telling me the 9/11 terrorists on their way to the airport that morning, a burning bush with God saying, hey guys, I don't actually want you to do this, wouldn't have given them pause? He's not giving them heart attacks to prevent them from making it to the airport. He's just giving them better instruction. And I know some of you are probably thinking, but we have instruction in the Bible. The Bible is not clear about a lot of things. Like I said, Hitler had passages from the Bible that he believed meant he was supposed to kill the Jews. The Bible doesn't offer us answers about things like stem cell research and internet privacy. And people interpret passages in the Bible differently, twist them to say what they want them to say. And God knows this. So we can have free will, but it might be nice to have some better instruction. Why wouldn't God give that to us? Some responses I've received to this question have been that He needed it to happen. He needed the 9/11 terrorists to do what they did so that it brought us together. It created a greater good. In other words, it was part of the grand design. He doesn't interfere, He doesn't offer better instruction because it's part of His grand design. The problem is that then it's not free will. If it's part of his grand design, it's simply not free will. If the 9/11 terrorist had to hijack the planes and fly them into the towers and fly them into the Pentagon in order to bring about some greater good, they didn't have a choice. Does that make sense? This is all to say, that there is actually free will. Because, as we've seen, there may not actually be free will. Something to think about.